Alright, so with a bit of luck, this should be live. Hopefully. Yes, I see the numbers. Hello, welcome to Chime Doesn't Know How to Stream, episode 2. Now with better equipment, but not much better knowledge, honestly. How's it going, guys? Give me a big old thumbs up, or just say hello in the chat if you can hear me and everything's good. And I'll wait for that to come through. Today we are going to work on a new track. It's kind of a track from scratch. I put ish in the title because obviously you can see here we've got stuff. We've got stuff going on. Yes! Okay, we have people coming in. Excellent. How's it going, guys? Right. Yeah, so this is a new collab with a fella called The Living Proof, who won the Pixel Perfect remix competition. So I thought, why not continue the kind of the fun by kind of working on it a little bit on stream. This is literally what I've received from The Living Proof in terms of stems. All I've done so far is like cut them up a bit. I did a little bit of kind of manual sidechaining here. Yeah. Yes, okay, we have people coming in. What's going on? Oh, I have to apologize. I have a fan on currently that you can probably hear. Reason being is it's what can only be described as hot as balls in the UK right now. It's like 30 degrees C, which is not fun when you don't have air conditioning and your houses are built to insulate. So that's going on in the background. Sweet. Right, we got some people in. Thanks for joining. Let me, I guess, play what I've got from The Living Proof, and then we're going to see what we're going to add and change and develop and stuff. Cool. So that is everything we've got from The Living Proof so far. So I'm going to dive straight in and start working on this. So the first thing, I mean, obviously I've done a tiny bit of sidechaining here, but on these glitchy parts, I want this crowd noise in the background because we've got this crowd noise going on. I want that to stop every time we have these glitch bases happening because it feels like everything needs to kind of come to a close to allow those glitch bases to come through. So I'm just going to cut that out real quick where those are happening. That's just the first thing I picked out. Okay. Sweet. So first thing I'm going to kind of do is start kind of replacing a few bits with my own sounds and thinking where I can, you know, start to clean some stuff up. For example, like right now, I think it was possibly sidechained in the original version he sent over, but we have these cymbals just kind of spilling over the kick and snare. And I generally like the high end of the kick and snare to just punch through the cymbals completely. So I quite like the cymbals here. let's just kind of create our own loop there. And I'm gonna go for maybe a different crash on here, and then we're gonna work these in a way that makes sense with these drums. So let's, oops, chill your beans. Let's just loop this with the kick and snare and get this sounding all right. Yeah, so let's just do our kind of general sidechain. I use a thing called Volume Shaper 4, and I have a preset for dubstep. So I want like some of it coming through on the kick. That's alright. I think the offbeat might just be a little bit too snappy. So I'm probably going to just go in there, take the gain down. Sweet, so we got that going on. Let's see about this kick and snare. Quite like the tail of this snare. Kick's alright, it's got quite a nice fizz to it on the top end. But I'm going to see what we can do in terms of comparing this, not comparing, kind of combining this with some of my samples. So let's see what we got. By the way, this entire sample pack of like all of the kicks and snares I use, I'm like gradually giving this away as part of my Patreon. So if you want some of these tasty kicks and snares, feel free to sign up to Patreon. Right. My current favorite snare right now is where is it? Harajuku. There it is. Now I don't know if you can actually hear stuff outside of Logic, so I'm just going to put this in here. A huge fan of that snare. So let's see what we can do comparing it. So they're obviously quite different tonally, but let's see what we can do. So this is what I do quite a lot with just making new snares and stuff. Oh, I should be checking the chat, really, shouldn't I? It looks like GarageBand. Yeah, this is Logic 10, which they made to look like GarageBand because Apple bought it. So that's good. Hello, Chime. How's it going? Not bad. Not bad, apart from it being monstrously warm. Right. Let's try the high end of this. I'm going to take the transient off my snare. I'm just going to zoom in here, and here's the transient here. Let's just grab that and remove it from this other instance of the sample. There we go. And first of all, let's just see what it sounds like with the transient from my snare on top. So we're going to cut it about there. That's alright. I think I prefer the amount of kind of high-end fizz on this one, but I kind of like the crack, the kind of cracking sound from this. So we're probably going to keep some of that in there. So let's try and isolate that crack of the snare. Take the thump out. It's about there, isn't it? About there. I'm liking that. So I'm actually going to keep that in, but cut the high end because I'm going to fill that out with this snare. So I'm going to separate this out into another channel. And on this one, we're just going to take the thump. And we're going to roll it off quite gradually. So we've got a bit of that going on to mix with this. And now we need the top end fizz, which we're going to take from my snare. And I think if we did it about there, that would sound pretty nice, but let's see. Because on this Harajuku snare, I actually layered like a crash cymbal, like a pitched up crash cymbal So it's got that really nice fizz to it. And let's level this a bit. Cool. So we've got some of the crack in there. We got the splash. We got the thump. And usually what I'll do is, when I've got this thump of the snare isolated, I can actually pitch this up and down to see what kind of effect we can get. I need a private Logic lesson from Chime. I'm currently doing those. I'm just getting back into doing those. If you want to book like a one-on-one tuition session, you can go to chimetunes.net/learn from Chime, I think it is, or chimetunes.net, and yeah, you can book those right now, and I'm doing them. So book now. All right. What am I doing? Yes, thump. Right, so let's try this thump at a couple of different pitches. So let's try like a lower thump. Feels a little strange. Kind of there is quite nice. But I'm hearing some of the kind of weird low mid stuff coming through, so I'm actually going to fade that off. Yeah, so we just get the clean fizz of that going on. And just to differentiate it slightly from the snare we started with, I'm going to try pitching this as well. And for good measure, let's try pitching the original Living Proof snare as well. Alright, that's sounding pretty good. So generally I'll do that, and then I'll kind of put it in context and see what it feels like. Yeah, let me just put these cymbals in here. So you've got kind of a snare that combines the tonality of my snare and the Living Proof one as well. Yeah, I'm liking that. Nice. So from that point, sometimes I'll bounce it down, and sometimes I'll just keep it like this and kind of tweak it later on. It's quite handy having the transient on a different channel, so you can actually go through and like towards the end of the mix, just balance it out where you want the transient to sit on your snare, and you can do the same for your kick as well. And it helps during the mastering, because mastering, I find you get your transients kind of squashed a little bit. So if you want to like put it a little bit higher than it actually should be, so it sounds better during the master, it's kind of handy to keep that there. But for this, I'm just gonna go for audio just to keep things simple. Just bounce it down. But I'll keep those channels for now. Sweet. Okay. Let's see what we can do with this kick. It's probably alright how it is, but I feel like it just needs a tiny bit more of like a click to it. So let's see what we can add in here. I've got a feeling. Let's try a couple of these. Now, I'm not sure if you can actually hear these as I play them out, but I will find some at TSD. Let's go with this. So what the hell did I just choose just then? Missing no kick. Got quite a nice click to it. Yeah, you can tell just from me comparing that kick with that kick. You know, that's got kind of a lot more of a fizzy high end to this one. So I am going to take this and remove the low end. Let's go to about there, I'd say, and see what that sounds like just straight on top of it. That's not bad. So that's with, this without. Tiny difference, really. Very, very slight difference, but let's see if it makes a difference in the grand scheme of things in the full mix. Let me get that going on there. Yeah, it's pretty good. Now, if I just take the cymbals out, I'm just going to compare the kick and the snare to make sure that the transient has the same kind of level of energy. Isn't this just a VR kick? It might be. I don't know. You'd have to ask Living Proof. Yeah, so I think actually could do with a tiny bit more transient strength on the old snare there. So, oh, what you can do as well, if you actually single out the transient on its own channel, you can actually EQ parts of it to kind of make it click a little bit nicer. I mean, that's too much. You can give it like a lower thumpiness or a bit more MIDI. I'm finding that probably just bring it up in volume a little bit would be good. Let's hear that. Alright, that's alright. Let's stop pissing about and do some creative stuff. So yeah, I guess production wise, part of it is kind of nailing down little bits of sound design like that, and but that's not necessarily the fun bit for me, I find. So we can actually get rid of that original thingy there, and that's just a copy of the original snare. Very nice. Okay, so we got our new snare there, and we got a combination kick, which I'll actually just export one of those with the click in it, so it's easier to deal with. Yeah, so we want to get to the fun, creative kind of decision making part, which I promise will happen pretty soon, because unfortunately this can be pretty boring, or it might be interesting. It completely depends on what you guys think. Needs a bit more power. Yes, I agree. Okay, we got our new kick, got our new snare. That's the first step. I'm gonna leave this kick channel out is because I think we have other instances of the kick there, but let's just focus in on the drop for now. Yeah, so let's get these cymbals sitting right as well, or hats basically. Yeah, so I like a little bit of that spilling over the kick just to glue it together. But I want to make sure that the absolute transient is taken care of. So I'm going to actually apply another volume shaper here and just do that sort of thing. Make sure the transient of those hats are completely out of the way of the kick and snare. Yeah, it's nice. Cool. So now that we've got that situation, let's just join those. Is it going to do that thing? No. Sometimes when I join those channels, they decide to be... when I join two regions in Logic, they decide to be mono for like no reason whatsoever. It's very unhelpful. Right, so we're just going to copy this across to match what's just above it there. Yeah. Sweet deals. Okay. Lovely. What is going on there? Right. So we also have these instances where the kick hits on a different beat rather than the one of the three. So instead of any complicated sidechaining setup, this is literally what I decided to do. Just put a bloody fade where those kicks happen. Might seem kind of faffy to some people, but that's the easiest way for my brain to work. So I'm kind of itching for something more splashy on the offbeat. So let's go into, where the hell is all my shit? Splice real quick, and I'm afraid you probably aren't gonna hear this, but I'm gonna find a tasty symbol. Likely it's gonna be a Sultan one. Oh look, I've moved to a new laptop, so these are all not downloaded. So I'm just gonna find something good for this. And of course all these Sultan ones are great for that sort of thing, so let me download that. Also going to download. Let's see if this decides to work. That would be nice if it worked. Wouldn't it be nice? It's back! Hey! Excellent. Okay. Sorry about that. No idea what was going on. Apparently it was Splice causing trouble. That's so weird. Every time he downloads. Okay, bloody hell. I don't know. I'm gonna keep going. It looks like I'm live currently, so working fine now. Excellent. Thanks for bearing with. Okay, we got these bloody symbols ready. So let me grab my crash that I use on practically everything, because I've yet to find a crash that bloody sounds as good. Honestly, I don't know what it is. It just combines well with everything I tend to use, so that's what I'm doing. Crash. And we're going to replace the original crash there. Yep. And generally when I'm placing a crash, in fact, yeah, let's just cut that there. I'm cutting out the other kind of high frequency drum content to make sure that, you know, it's not super overwhelming on that initial hit in the high end with, you know, the cymbals, hats, and crashes combining on the same thing. So let's see how that sounds. Oh, we've got the crowd noise on top of that as well. All right, I'm liking how that's sounding. I feel like that's an improvement there. Oh, do we have any other cymbals? Oh, that's muted. Sweet, so I can get rid of that channel. Right, let's see what else we can mess around with here. And we can get rid of that. Name regions by tracks. So my kind of main focus here is this kind of yoy, really nice kind of yeah, just a lovely yob. Everyone likes a lovely yob. Right, so I'm gonna try messing around with this, and I'm gonna do what I've been doing a lot recently. Let's just get one old yob on the root note, like that. Lovely. And I'm going to mess around with some convolution reverb, because this is how you make melodic rhythm nowadays. Here's the tutorial. Here we go. So I'm actually not going to explain convolution reverb too much, because it's kind of complicated, and I'll probably end up doing a tutorial on it through my Patreon at some point. So let's go in here, and what we're going to do is create a lovely chord. And we're just going to go with a square chord for now and see how this sounds. Yeah. Okay. Quantize, mate. So, what I'm doing here is I'm creating a trigger for the convolution reverb. It'll all make sense in a bit, but basically I just want to make a very, very short chord. Something weird going on there. There we go. Alright. That's not bad. Alright, check this magic I'm about to do. Because this is like the most fun sound design thing I've discovered recently. So we've got this tiny chord. Let's make it even smaller. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bounce this, normalize it, come on down. Alright, music, samples, convolution reverb, the living proof collab. I'm going to call this chord 1. So we have that, and now we're going to add convolution reverb to this, which in Logic is just called Space Designer, and you can input your own thingamajig. What's the word? You know, thingamajig. Impulse. That's the word. Right. Here we go. Putting the chord in. So this is going to reverberate this bass. This is going to add reverb to this bass. Oh, using the chord I just added in. Woo! Oh, that's already a good thing. Now that's beautiful. Liking that. So the cool thing is you can put any sound into this, and it will kind of take on the timbre of the sound. So let's try it with a completely different sound entirely. So let's go into, where's my sampler? Okay. And let's pick out some stuff. These are all my sound fonts. What would it sound like with the icicle sound? Oh, okay. So this is my icicle pluck. I use this quite a lot. Kind of sounds like that. Let's go in here and change the MIDI, because it's also stupidly quiet. Got a feeling it might be too kind of noisy to come through very well. Let's see, modulators. This is what we want. Might sound too much like an actual reverb, because I want the tonality to it. So you know what I'm gonna do? Let's take that root note, and I'm gonna pump up the root note on the EQ. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Then I'm gonna put that in a U track. So now we've got that with the added tonality. And then we convert to new sample track. F. Yeah, I think we're on F. Let's put it on maybe a higher F note though. Right, now we've put this back into the sampler with the new root note added. Man, I have not checked the comments in a while. How is it going? Watch people use it on the master from now. Oh, man, yeah. Yeah, this is kind of... this convolution reverb thing has revolutionized the way I kind of sound design everything. Right, so let's spread this sample across the keyboard. Bit more tonal sounding. Right, so now we can put this chord on here. Whoa there. Solo it first. See, as it goes up higher, it's just losing all of its kind of tonality. I've said tonality like 100 times now. Let's get rid of these high notes. Right, I'm interested to take a piece of that and see what that sounds like. So let's take just some of the tail there and actually just make it super short like that. That'll do nicely. Alright. Bounce that. Normalize it. All the good stuff. You come back in here. Right, samples, convolution reverb, live improve collab, chord 2. Let's try it on that. So, ooh. Ooh. I just love how that sounds. Right, let's try on a different channel with this and see how that sounds like. Could sound like crap. Easily. That seems to be live now. Let me know if I'm live again. It's really annoying that the stream just keeps cutting out. He's back. Right. Brilliant. Okay. So I'm already obsessed with this. I'm interested in what the full thing sounds like. Pretty cool. But it probably makes sense to do a chord for each of those. Yeah, it's back. Excellent. Sorry. But, I mean, thanks for bearing with. Like, I don't know what it is. It's probably my Wi-Fi. I just want to put everything through this now. Right. See what else we got. Because we've also got that da-da-da-da. I think it pitches up there though. Let's see. What's this like? Sounded nice. Let's see what we can do with it though. I don't know if it'll end up completely straying from the kind of original pattern here. It might be cool if it just kind of comes in on when it hits the root note there. Let's try that. It's probably just a bit too much in the lows, I'd say. So at this point, what I might actually do is just go all the way wet on this. So now I can EQ that magic stuff. Make sure it sits right. I think the bottom of this is actually doing a little funky thing that I want to... Oh, because that's when the sub comes in. Right, I'm going to add my own sub in here, I think. So I can keep that back in now. Wait, what? I think you should high pass a bit the impulse. Yeah. Just did it. Right, let's get our own sub in here. And you can see my lovely sub preset that I use on everything. Which is, I mean, painfully simple. Here we go. Da, 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 da. Oh, this is what it looks like, by the way. Sine wave, bit of a smooth square wave. Done. Done. That's it. So that's the root note we're going to hit at the bottom. In fact, just to make it easy to hear this, let's just put in a square wave. There we go. That took longer than it should have. Beautiful. Right, let's take that out now. Put that back on. Was I dreaming, or did that do a little... Dun, 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 dun? No, it just did a thing. Fair enough. Very nice. For now, I'm just going to put my regular volume shaper on there. And then I'll clean it up properly later on. Alright. Feel like it needs to go da 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 da. But I am aware that this sounds kind of strangely close to From Fairies to Fire. Da 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 da. So I don't know if I'm going to stray away from that, but let's keep messing around. It's just not sitting how I want that. I think it's this bottom bit going jung on the end. I think it's just part of the course, really. But what we could do is actually... Now, this is the other good thing about having the convolution reverb on a... Could you cut this? Thank you. Having it on a separate channel is you can actually cut the... Why the hell is my toolbar not working? What in the fridge magnets are you deciding to do there? Okay, I'll click it myself. Thank you. Yeah, so I can decide, is this going to work? Are you going to work there? Thank you. What the it's all going to cock. Right. There we go. I can actually decide what I'm doing with the original source material. So what I'm cutting off there, I don't like that kind of... At the end of the wob, it's kind of doing like a weird kind of low mid thing that I don't like. So I'm just cutting that out of the convolution reverb channel. So you just get nice. Cool. And then we got a sub. Feel like this needs to be a little bit less wide. Yeah, could I go like that and kind of just glue it into the bass a bit more? Oh, we should probably add this back in. Sub needs to come down a little. It's all going to cock. Oh, did I say that? Put melodic flute on top, showing drama like Ace or a self-love. Try it, please. Yeah, I guess what we could. So we could either use this as the main sound, or we can have this take a backseat to something else going on top. If we have it go da 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 da, and then we have something subdued going dun 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 on the quarter notes, we could put something on the top. I'm thinking of that Akali bootleg by Papa Khan, where he has like a bass underneath and he has that kind of pan flute thing on the top, which this lovely commenter just reminded me of. Yeah, we could do something like that. Let's give it a go. And we need this side chaining alongside. Honestly, why is that happening? I do a quick... Gonna do a cheeky reset of logic here because none of my commands are working. That's a fun time for everyone involved. There we go. Let's just restart that real quick. Let's see what you guys are saying in the old comments. People asking Sharks questions. Very nice. How did you do the whirly-dirly bass thing in Crystal at 123? I think I know exactly. The whirly-dirly is a good name for that. I'm gonna do a tutorial for that as well, also on Patreon. So it's another good reason to sign up for my Patreon. Right, is this working now? Yay! Thank you very much. So what if we just stopped it there and went for something more subdued? I mean, we'd have to kind of forgo that. Let's just play around with a slightly different pattern to what we've got. So let's keep this sub going on the old quarter notes. And let's add in a new bass that's going to be our kind of subdued bass. It's just going to sit under whatever we're putting on top. Just take a backseat from the action. So Serum, mate. Let me just remind myself of these lockdown things. Oh, I've got this sound. I mean, I don't know if this is going to work in context, but I like it. It's a good sound. I'll save that for later. Let's see what else we got. These are bloody loud. Right. It's just straight up bubbly sound. Fun sounds. Ah, yes. Oh, here you go. So these screeches, these are screeches I made on the first Patreon tutorial I just put out. Ooh. Okay. This is kind of similar to that Crystal whirly-dirly sound that someone mentioned. I'll teach you about that as well. Oh, this is called Earthbounder because it sounds like some just weird stuff from the Earthbound soundtrack. Oh yeah, still goes. This is just a classic flange chime stab thing. Bit of a hyper growl. Lovely. Oh yeah, I was playing around with this. Anyway, that's what I've been working on recently in terms of sound design. But let's go to... Do I have the Wrong Warp thing? Yeah, let's get one of these yoys from Wrong Warp. Just want one of these nice backseat yobs. We do want a bit of kind of crispness on the top there, so let's do just some regular distortion. Ooh! Ooh! So that's kind of almost UK bassline-ish. Liking that. Oh, let's just go in on with the... Let's go in with the hard clip. And I feel like we need some of that multiband compress. Probably not that much though. Let's bring this up. It's a little quiet. And since we want this to take a back seat, whatever's going to go on top is going to take more of the center space in what we're adding. So I'm thinking of making this like super wide. Which I might change. Let's go with that. Nice. I mean, that's going to need turning up and the old low end cutting off. Could be a little bit too much on the old distortion. That's a bit nicer. I think this wob is wobbing a bit too fast. And let's open that up a little bit. All right. Now let's piss around with some kind of pan flute on top. Because, fuck it. And you know what I'm going to do? That's actually a little bit slow. Still a little bit slow. Right. I'm going to take that thing. And I'm going to take our lovely convolution, magical, make everything melodic convolution reverb. And see what that sounds like through there. Cheers, Logic. Hopefully you, wow. Interesting. Oh, autosave version. Thank you. Yes. So, I have to mention, this is Catalina, which is famously horrendous for audio stuff. Yeah, I know it quit unexpectedly. Right. Where did we get to? Right, not too bad. Okay, let's take the convolution reverb and try that again, please, without crashing. Ooh, that sounded cool for a sec. Ooh! Could you swap round, mate? Could you just bust a swap? Thank you. There we go. No! Oh, whatever. Alright, let's take this off. That's kind of cool. Let's try the desktops. Okay, hopefully refreshing all the good stuff. Connecting. Let me know if I come back up at any point. Looks like I'm back on. Back! Way! Oh, my days. The Wi-Fi is annoying. Very nice. Okay. Whatever. Right, let's... Very distracted. Okay, let's go for a separate channel for our convolution reverb. So that we can control it a little bit better. I just want to keep that kind of magical chordy stuff in the background. Yeah. So to make that more prominent, I can actually put an OTT on that. And I can cut the amount of this going on. But actually I think I could tackle this better at the source by changing this to be kind of more like at this. It's nice. Okay. Sweet. What does that sound like in context? Sounds pretty cool. Let's get that bounced down. And let's bounce the convolution reverb as well. I did not mean to open a compressor. What are you doing? Let's get an EQ on there. Just make sure that low mid isn't dominated by that. Actually I want to keep that in. Right, nice. Nice. Alright, let's just get some quick sidechaining on this actually. Bop. Hello. Thank you. Thank you very much. And one of you on there. Sweet. Alright. Let's get a pan flute. Because why not? EXS 24 is always what I'm looking for, but it's changed to sampler. There we go. Right. Let's go in. Let's actually just search all my stuff for pan flute. And try out some beers. Ooh. You found it. There we go. Sweet. This actually pretty nice kind of sound font pan flute there. Okay. Let's piss around with a kind of melody line on top of this. Or just like an arpeggio or something weird. Come here. Right. Let's go faster on that actually. That's what I'm looking for. What are you doing? Right. And I'm imagining a lot of reverb on this. Sounding a bit shocking so far, but let's bear with it. Maybe it needs to go higher. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it'd be kind of better if I did this sort of thing. Let's get some OTT on there. Keep that reverb really pulsing. Bring the long notes up one. Yeah. Yeah. Let's try it. Isn't Papacan using an actual serum patch for that? Probably. I don't know. More an airy bass than a real flute. I don't know. I'm using pan flute. So that's what I'm doing. Let's calm this reverb down a bit. And let's take the decay down. I guess it is decay, isn't it? Ooh, it's nice. Just not sure how that's sitting really. What if it came in like a beat later? I'm not sure what to do. Let's see. Dun 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 dun. Something, and then it goes into that maybe. Then loops that. Maybe. Let's see what we can do. Because we have these glitchy basses as well. Where are they at? Glitch basses. Let's see what we got on this channel, because we got some nice kind of filler bits. To be honest, that initial one could be nice. Let's try that. Ooh. It's good, but it's like stopping too soon. So we got like an 8th note and 2 16th notes, but I want to make sure to stretch them out so they actually do fit the gaps. So I'm actually just going to go in with time stretch and just do it myself. Alright. That's the wrong thing. There we go. And then if I stretch this out, how does this sound? Nice. And let's take the subnote out there. And I want to actually take rest the high end out of these drums. And you know what? Because that's the point where it really smashes in the drop fully. No messing around. So I'm going to put another crash on this snare, but I'm going to make sure it fades in nice and slow and it's a bit quieter because you've already got a lot of high frequency content from the snare, so we want it to come in just a little bit after. When the first kick hits, put a long flute and let the melody come after. Not sure what that means. Well, seeing as I'm on a convolution reverb hype, what the hell does this pan flute sound with our convolution reverb on? What does it sound like? Let's see. Where am I going? Convolution reverb. Space designer. And be back in a sec. Back in. Right. Back. Quick, while he's not there, go follow me on SoundCloud, says Charles. Alright, we're back. Everything's good. Yes, I can see me being back on the stream. Alright, sorry about that. Wi-Fi cut out and I took a cheeky piss in the, in the amount of time. Sweet. Okay. Right, let's keep cooking. Oh, my door is coming open because of the window. Could you not, please? Thank you very much. Okay. Excellent. Right, we're online. Everything's happy. Fun times. Alright, what does this sound like backwards? Because I don't like it currently, and if I reverse it, it might be good. Hello, reverse. I don't like it reversed. I think I like the combination of the sounds. I just, yeah, I don't know. This melody isn't sitting right, I think. Let me just think in my head what I feel it needs to be. If I just loop this. I might just do like a kind of simple sort of quick flick of MIDI. That's the only way I can describe it. So instead of this business, I'm actually just going to go... See what that sounds like as it is currently. And if I put that in quarter notes, it's kind of cool. Let's mess around with this reverb to make it kind of fit that space. I just get rid of this low end because it's doing all kinds of stuff. Okay, I like that. Okay, I'm liking this now. Alright, we're vibing. We're vibing a little bit on this. Okay, so squirt, squirt, squirt. That's what it's doing currently. So I want to kind of mimic. I want to actually continue this on for one extra beat. And let's just join these and then change some of these notes a little bit. I want it to go there. Not sure about that root note changing. Oops. It's kind of nice. When is that Sharks and Chime collab coming out? Yeah, I want to give a personal apology to Sharks because we had that other live stream that went to shite, and it's left a bad taste in my mouth with that tune. But it is on my list, and I will eventually get round to it. I was actually thinking of a concept for it because if you heard the previous stream, you'll kind of know what it sounds like. But it's got that like kind of repeating bass that sort of just glitches in place. I've got an idea for a track called No Clip where it's about like clipping out of bounds in games. And the first kind of no-clip cheat was in the original Doom, and when you no-clipped, basically you're removing collisions so you can walk through walls, but you walk through a wall and there's no skybox or background texture, so it just repeats the level for the background, and I wanted to represent that with a sound, which is that kind of repeating sound, kind of just repeating the background. And I think if Sharks is up for it, we could kind of make that the concept behind that tune, if that makes sense. Sharks, have you played the original Doom, and have you used the no clip ID clip cheat in the original Doom? Let me know. I sure do love going through walls in real life, says Sharks. Yeah, so I find once I've got like a concept down, starts to get really a lot more exciting when I'm producing something. Like currently this tune I am just completely riffing with, but I know with this intro it was reminding me of kind of pendulum tunes from the In Silico album. Oh, Shark says no, but I know what no clip is. Cool. Well, look up a video of no clip happening in Doom 1 or 2, because it's a cool thing. It's a cool effect. But yeah, I thought that'd be a good concept to work with on that tune. Yeah, so for this one, I mean, speaking of Doom, this sounds like the kind of Doom 2016 stuff. But yeah, so it's reminding me of Pendulum in Silico. So I'm kind of wanting to mash up that sort of Pendulum world with, you know, kind of 2020 Chime harmonic rhythm business. I feel like we need one more round of that. And then we want this to go down. You bastard, get in the same place. I need to be slightly further that way. So it goes da 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 da, like that. But I need to change the rest of the notes to have it make sense. It's probably alright as it is. I'm sort of imagining that continue, so it goes da 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 da, and then does something else. So let's see what happens when I do that. Okay. It's nice. It's a nice little pattern. Now, what I'm tempted to do, because we have this yoi in the background, just kind of doing the same thing. It's bobbing along, doing its thing. But it'd be quite nice to have a slight variation on it to kind of put on the offbeat. So let's see what we can do in Serum to make this feel just very slightly different. That's not actually doing anything. Let's go to basic shapes here. No. Does that sound any different currently? Yeah, it does a bit. Let's see what it sounds like when we put those together in an alternating pattern. Choppy, please. Thank you. So we want one of those, one of those, one of those, one of those, one of those. One of those, please. It might sound like shite. Let's have a look. I think for I think literally just to flavor that initial point where it changes to a different note on the pan flute, we could do that. Although it feels like the wob goes down and I want it to go up along with it, so I'm going to create another instance of this. Let's actually start from our initial yoi time and go up a little bit with this. Let's just see how that sounds in that gap. Yeah. It's very subtle. I actually want that. If I could make that hit that note. Ooh. Is that gonna work? Da, 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 da. So it's actually staying on the same root note. Feels weird. I kind of like it staying on the same root note, but allowing the pan flute to change. Although it might be worth seeing what it sounds like if no. You know what? I'm gonna take these. I'm gonna take these last. Oh, we had a Yoi that we liked though. This one. Those last two instances, I feel just don't work in the context of having this before it. Dun, 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 dun. Ah, you know what? Let's change the root note. Sick of it. Sick of its shit. Not being right. It's not gonna work, is it? Oh, it's because I'm going the wrong way, like a piece of shit. Da, 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 da. That's what we want. Thank God for that. Right. And then we need to change. Da, da, da. Da, da. No. What the hell? Oh. That note. Why is that still feeling weird? Because of that. Right. So let's do that. Okay. It's like much louder. Do we need this? Is this doing anything? It's doing quite a lot actually. Oh, of course, it's not going through the convolution reverb at all. That's why. Where is our boy that is going through the convolution reverb? I'm a spoon. There it is. There we go. Get that fucker in there. Oh, that's got... Oh no. That's right. I hope to Christ this is entertaining because I am so terrible at remembering that there are people watching this, honestly. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going. Ah, man, I cannot get this to sit right. Alright, I'm having trouble with this bit, but what I generally do when I'm having trouble with something, stream is fine for me, excellent. When I'm having trouble with something, I just go, fuck it, let's work on something else. So, I like these glitches, but I'm thinking about how I can kind of put some notes in there to make it kind of a bit more tonal. It's the word of the day, guys. So I might chuck some square waves on top of it, but let's see what this sounds like with a bloody resonator on it. Cheeky resonator. Let's have this with on F. What's that sound like on its own like that? Not really getting a lot of the tonality in there. Whoopsie daisy. What does it sound like if we take just the tail off that? Like so. Oh, and take the resonator off this. Epic accent right there. Yeah, I go into all sorts of accents. You should try a different kick and snare and see how it suits the track. I'm good with the kick and snare. Something weird is going on. Oh my god, the accent is back. I love this. Okay. What other accents can I do? No, it sounds like shite. I'm getting rid of it. Oh bloody hell. I'll leave it how it is. Fuck it. Let's go. Let's work on the intro. I'm having trouble with that. Let's go for this. It's quite a nice like splash cymbal there, so I'm tempted to put that on every beat. Just kind of thicken up the high end there. So the drums are kind of interesting here because they're acoustic. And the kick obviously has like a bunch of reverb on it to get that kind of metally sound. I want this snare to really, because it's nice, but it doesn't have the fizz that you want, and you know we've alleviated that slightly with this cymbal adding on top. But I think we need just a bit more crunch on the old snare. So let's see what it sounds like with a bit more crunch via Trash 2. Alright, let's get some distortion on this. Oh! Very nice. Let's actually boost the highs as well. Boost the highs before the trash. Might be a little bit too much because it's kind of keeping the... It's bringing the reverb up a bit too much. But I'm interested to see what that would sound like with sort of the transient from our regular dubstep snare. Woo, there. So let's copy that. Copy that over here. If it's so small, I can't grab it. There we go. There we go. Put in the place. There we go. What do you sound like with that? Hello. Nice to meet you. Right. Got that there. Push that back to there. Might be that we don't want as harsh a transient, but let's see how it goes. I might end up layering this. Oh, it's pretty meaty actually with that. See, we've also got this. And that kind of that transient we've got on every snare there is also adding to the transient already. So let's just try sort of taking those out and just going through with the our main snare transient. Have you saved this whole time? Yeah, man. Save it all the time. Nice. That's sounding a little better, I think. Still feel like we could do something tasty with some layering in this case. How's that sounding on its own? How does it sound without that percussion as well? I can see why that's in there, actually. That makes sense. Right, I'm going to do a dangerous thing, and I'm going to go into Splice. Last time this happened, it froze the stream. But let's see what happens. Keep an eye on it. Let's go for acoustic snares, please. Now, I'm pretty sure you're not going to hear these, but I'll choose a snare quick. So it's not just boring. Yeah. Oh, I need to download it. Is that gonna crash the Steam? I'll have some of that. I'll have that. Seems to be fine. Seem to be alright. Alright, so that's a nice snare. That could be useful. That's nice and reverby. Right, I picked these snares. Lovely drum bass snare. Oh, that is loud. And this one. I've got a feeling this is going to be a nice snare to layer or possibly mix in or replace with a current snare. So let's have a look. Current snare sounds like this. And obviously we've already got the transient in there. So we'll want to avoid that. Let's see, let's go to zero crossing. Like that. What does that sound like on its own? It's got a bit of reverb on, but obviously we want that fuck of a snare. Just remake the sound of the snares with your mouth. Oh, right, from Splice, yeah. Well, this one goes and this one goes. That's actually a bass. Alright. That sounds like shite. But what does it sound like with some nice reverb on? Does it sound any good? Let's have a wee look. Okay, reverb, size. I don't know if it's... Nah, I don't know. It's almost too clappy, this snare. It's almost got... Yeah, it's got like too much high end. Weirdly. Let's reorganize these a little bit. There we go. OTT after the reverb, please. So I kind of like the thump of that more, but the high end is weird. It might be alright with just the original snare. I got a feeling we need to EQ this transient so it makes more sense in context with that snare, because it's sounding a little out of place. Hey, Sapphine's here. Someone was saying that you're always in this stream, so where are you on this one? Working on some metal. This is what the drop sounds like. Sort of. Kind of. That's all we got so far. Has been a lot of messing around. Right, what did I just download? That's not what I want at all. Salt and cymbal loop is what we wanted. There we go. Let's have some of that. Put it in there. Thank you very much. F, are we still not live? Oh no, I think we are. We're back. Thank you. You didn't miss anything. I just found another salt and cymbal. That's gonna add some flav to our high end. Let's see what an offbeat kind of splash cymbal sounds like as well. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. Right, so let's just take this and speed it up. A little quieter than the on-beat cymbals. Pretty nice. Still a little funked out by this snare. It's just not sitting the way I want it to with this transient. I'm wondering if chopping a tiny little bit more off it. That's not chopping, thank you. Just a tiny bit more off it will make it sit better with the transient. Or maybe it'll sound like shite. I think I prefer that. Fairly sure. I'm actually going to do a little bit of work on this kick. I like how it sounds. There's not a lot of low end to it. Well, there sort of is. Let's see what that sounds like with just a bit of a boost. I feel like when it loops around we need this kick back as well. No, that doesn't work. But you know what I do want to do? I want to do some little double kicks. Like this leading into the snare. Maybe one here. Nope, that's the wrong thing. One here, please. Ah, no, it feels like it's kind of tripping over itself. What would it sound like if I put a wee snare here? Ah, interesting. It sounds weird when it's not on the beat with the cymbals. So I'll probably leave that as a kick. Thinking of more double kicks here. maybe even more. See how it goes. Then we can do some super fast ones at some point. Pretty nice. I got a feeling we can put something really tasty over the top of this as well, because there's quite a lot of space in the sort of high mids. And I do like... What the hell has happened to this section? I've just realized that this is really not how I usually have it. What in the friggin' of? How? What? Customize this. Get rid. I need to change the... What? I updated Logic recently and it's weird. Okay. I'm just gonna go in and do it by eye. And do a cheeky quadruple kick. So we need this to be a kind of strong snare here. Let's see. Pop that in there. That's dying for a fill there. I'm just gonna leave this space to kind of remind me that I'm gonna put something kind of waily and screechy. What the frig? There we go. In this gap. So that should just come to quiet on the drums and guitar synth. Let's take it out in there. Oh, and it might make more sense in that case to do our kick there. And I suppose since we're having our beefy kick, that usually comes along with some side chain. So let's see what that sounds like with that in. Yeah, so that's going to kick back in. Got a feeling as well. Oh, is that looping in a weird way? No, we good. Let's get our regular crash from the drop in as well. This crash, please. And let's update that kick to be our drop kick, where we bolstered the click on there. Alright. Oh yeah, need the crash on there. Bring that up a bit. Yeah, because it's literally just the drums and this guitar synth filling out the whole thing, so we can put something else on top of that. So what needs to go on top of that? My initial reaction is like that stuff from BFG Division from Doom that's like, but I don't want to just completely rip that off. But what's going to make it sound chimey is the fills. Yeah, and I won't make a fill right now. See what we got from the drop. I got a feeling this drop is gonna... It's gonna be kind of an interplay between those two different sounds. So it's gonna be the living proof yob, and then it's gonna be this pan-flutey thing. So it's gonna go da 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 like that, and have the call and answer, call and response from that. I'm not totally sure, and then we're gonna fill it with these glitch basses that I'm gonna kind of chime up a little bit. Speaking of these glitch basses, let's see if one of these could be good for filling in that gap in the intro. I actually quite like that one because it's got a tonality to it. It hits that note. Let's put this over here and unsidechain. What does that sound like? Ooh! Oh, I actually stretched it out too far. Right, I definitely want something to come on top of this guitar synth at this point. But what is it going to be? I don't really know. Some kind of weird screechy lead or something. Oh, it's going to be something. Let's go into our sampler and see what crazy stuff I've got. Because I actually downloaded a bunch of the new Logic stuff. Like in-house factory instruments and stuff. That might be something interesting. So let's see. There is a guitar section, but it's gonna be like a clean acoustic guitar. Is there anything orchestral? Oh, we could do a choir. Whoa, command not available. Oh, it's because it's over here. This is what I'm using, by the way. Could do some really like dissonant chords. Yeah, go on then. And then we could distort this maybe. Oh, this is kind of reminding me of. So as soon as I put choirs in like this, especially these quite MIDI-ish choirs, I always end up thinking it's like Metroid Prime soundtracky. Quite like how that's sounding. What does this sound like distorted? Just interested. Whoa! Going all over the place. I'm not quite used to this keyboard yet because it's different to my old laptop, which is why I'm like freaking out all over the place. Yeah, let's do trash. Play around with some weird distortions. I always kind of start off with this this blues driver one because it's quite a nice, just regular distortion. Okay, that sounds demonic and kind of Prodigy-ish almost. Oh! We should bring it up to that note. You know what? Just throw both of those notes together. If I just do that at the end, is that going to sound like a horrible nightmare? It's kind of what I wanted to sound like. That's cool, because that sounds like it's screaming at the end, which is just kind of just fits with the vibe here, really. Nice. Okay, I kind of felt like something needed to cut, like an arpeggio needed to come in at this point here. Oh, you know what? I've got a sample on Splice. Like a Prodigy-ish sample, this rave stab. I mean, I know I used this in the Play remix, but it's gonna fit so well, surely. Let's get this on a sampler track. Yeah, we'll go for that. It's in the key already as well. Let's go for that. Let's go mapping. Spread this over the keyboard. Let's see what we can do with this. Alright. That's very loud. I want something, yeah, I think 16th notes. I have no idea what this is going to sound like, but I'm trying it. Right, then cut the low end. Like that sort of thing? Maybe. I don't know if that's going to work, but let's try it. Let's bring that in a bit sooner. Too much high end. Oh, that's why. But he cuts out before the end. What if I layer this with an octave up? Sounds like a mess, but what happens if I put the distortion on it? This is gonna sound interesting. Okay, I think I like the notes that are being played, but I don't know about that sound. So let's find something else from our lovely Logic library that we can give a go. Where the piss? I can't find it because it's got a different name. Sampler. Okay. Something weird. That's what I need. Oh, maybe there's some weird synth, like Dirty Zap or something. I used to do this a lot, like when I just started, because I didn't know how to make any bloody synths. I just go through all the Logic ones. Okay, that sounds like shite. So let's not use that. Okay, I actually kind of like that. What does it sound like? Just like go ham on the incorrect notes. Oh, okay. Okay. I've got a feeling I can make that distort in a way that leaves us with less fuzz. Let's try out a bunch of these. So, yeah, well, not fuzz. That's not what we want. It's possible that it's kind of par for the course there. I've used par for the course twice. I never use that phrase. Why am I saying that? But what we can do... Woo! Right. Quite liking that. Okay, let's apply some EQ after that as well. Oops. Yeah, maybe we could fade it in like that. Let's see how that goes. Filter that bugger in. Kind of want a little bit of a turnaround at the end there. So what if this just continued up? Let's have it like jump crazy high at the end. Keep going higher. Could always change that later, but alright, I have like never worked on anything like this before, so this is interesting. Yeah, the ARP is a little bit weird. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't know about it yet, but I'll keep messing with it. A little bit strange. I know what I want on the offbeat. I want for Christmas. Hopefully I have this on this computer. Music samples. Where's my total samples pack? Whoa. Chance. What? Yes. This is what I want. That is Aaron Hansen from Game Grumps going, what? But, like, let's pitch this down. What does this sound like? It's actually got, like, quite a tune to it. Let's, see if we can get this in tune. It's almost there, isn't it? And then I want to kind of wash this with reverb, like a thick room verb. And then maybe OTT. Yeah, so it comes in a little slow because it's obviously reverberated. So let's bounce that in place and see. Yeah, so I might just cut like the start of that, so it hopefully feels a bit more in time. I'm gonna wrap up pretty soon, by the way. I've been going like 2 hours, but hopefully, what key is this in? F minor. Classic Watt Aaron sample. Yeah, I've used it on a bunch of things. Yeah, I'm sorry if this has been boring as all fuck, but like I've not mastered the art of concentrating on production and also talking through what the hell I'm doing, and also checking the chat. I've definitely not been checking the chat, but hopefully this has been sort of interesting. I'm thinking of doing this more of like a weekly thing. I might end up doing just this collab on the streams. Boring, don't you dare say that. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I might just work on this. I might work on a couple of things. In fact, respond in the chat. Would you prefer to see like a bunch of different things on stream, or literally see the entirety of this collab come to fruition? So I guess put 1 for a variety of things, 2 for just this tune all the way through until it's done. Cool. Let's remind ourselves of this drop. Bloody hell, this guy's spamming. Ah, it's gone! Sharks removed it. What do I think of the other Play remixes? I think my favorite is Initiates, because it's like the second track he's uploaded to his SoundCloud, and it's really good. I like Eliminates as well. The other ones I haven't listened to nearly as much, so I can't really give a detailed opinion about. Mostly ones, so like a variety of stuff. Cool. Mostly ones then. But there's also people saying the second option as well. Cool, okay. He spammed like 5 times after getting untimed out. Is this stream going to be saved? Yes. I think it should be. Yeah, I might actually finish up there, but let's kind of review what we've done. It doesn't seem like that much, and I think I probably would be working a bit faster if I wasn't streaming, but we've kind of got cooking on the drop a little bit. And it's given me an idea of, you know, switching between those two. That kind of call and response thing between those two sets of basses. I'll definitely develop that a bit more off camera, I guess. And we got this intro. So yeah, not too much for 2 hours, but honestly, yeah, it's a work in progress. Cool. Well, I guess thank you for tuning in. I will make sure this gets uploaded or like saved or whatever. If you've watched this after the fact for 2 hours, thank you. Hopefully this was useful and helpful or interesting. More streams to come. Now that I've got like a decent laptop, I can do this without shit going to shit. Unfortunately, the Wi-Fi seems to be a little bit shite, but yeah, I'll just have to work on that, I guess. I don't know, just keep like refreshing the stream. I don't know what else I could do about my Wi-Fi. Virgin Media is just shit. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Hopefully you're staying safe and all that good shit. And yeah, I'll keep you updated on this tune, I suppose. What's my next release? My next release, I'll tell you what, July is going to be a good month for tunes. I've got 3 releases, I got a single, a remix, and an EP, all in July. So my next release is a drum and bass tune, and then we've got a melodic dubstep remix, and then we got an EP of all sorts of stuff. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Chime deserves some chalky milk because he's epic. Thank you. I will have one on you. Can we have them chocolate? Thank you. Cool. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully this was useful. I've said all this stuff anyway. Bye. See you later. Goodbye. Next stream. See you later.